because those are kind of genes, they kind of slide down, you don't know. All right, we're missing some senior citizens this morning. They went on a field trip. Did y'all see them loading the buses? I think they went to the Creation Museum or the Ark, or is that one and the same? Yeah. So you say bye to the bobsledder. He's leaving. Bye. Okay, we're going to have fun today. Here's some things we're going to do. I had to write them down because we have so many things to do. First, I want to thank some people. I probably forget people, but on the top of my list is Caitlin. Caitlin, she runs this church, y'all. She is probably so glad to be rid of me for a while because since we started working on this study, we had to print the booklets 3 times. You know, I'm always asking her dumb questions, and she's always so patient to answer them for me. So thank you, Caitlin. And then to Shauna. Where's Shauna? She made my coffee every week, except Alice Johnson made it 2 weeks. Is Alice here? She's tired from making the coffee last week, so she came down with a cold from doing that. But thank you, Alice. Avon sets up this room. He's gone on the trip. If you see Avon, if you know him, he got to go on this field trip. He was so excited, but he sets these tables up every week and complains about it every week, but he still does it. And then Jamie, Ivy, and Ethan Cook, they do all the technology. They are amazing, and they're always really patient when I have to be shown yet again how to turn things on. And then all the people who came early to help, Judy, Kathy, any one of you that came early, you just showed up. Somebody was here every week to help me put stuff out. And you that sent me encouraging emails, you know, a verse that I was reading just the other day, the tongue can bring life and it can bring death. And so the encouraging emails I got from you guys and some of you in person, it just means a lot. Not that I want to be validated, but what I want to hear is that if you learned something or if you didn't, or how we could make things different. So I really appreciate that. Let's see, who else? I'm looking around. All of you have been, just that you showed up every week. Every week I'm like, oh, they came back. Because the week I went on and on and on for about an hour, when you all had glazed looks in your eyes, I thought they're not coming back. So here's what we're going to do today. We got to finish the epistles, and you will be happy. I mean, the day that I talked for an hour, I had 12 pages. Today I have 1. Just 1 page. It's all we're going to talk. Epistles, we're going to finish them up really quickly. We're going to do that first. And then we're going to do an evaluation. They're printed on your table. Let's talk a little bit of the evaluation. I need to know what you guys want to do in your Bible study. I call it next semester. I've worked at college campuses my whole life, so I'm on semesters. So what do you want to do next semester? I know that a one-fit Bible study is not for everyone. I know many of you have loved this, and many of you, or hopefully not many, some of you thought it was repeat. Or too basic, or too hard. And that's your first question on your evaluation. I need to know what you want to do next semester. We are going to have the IF gathering, which will be at our church in February, the last weekend in February, I think. I'm not sure. Somewhere. And then we'll start Bible study right after that. So this is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for ideas, and I'm looking for someone who wants to lead it or facilitate it. So I have a few ideas in mind, and what I would like to do would be something that we had, Bible study's twofold, for gaining knowledge of the Word and understanding, grow close to the Lord, and it's also for relationship building. So I want to do something next semester that's table-oriented, where you are with the same table. That's usually how we do the Bible studies. You're with the same table every week, and you build community with that table and have time for discussion and sharing and praying for each other. So put that on your evaluation. Let's see. And then I wrote down a challenge to lead. Anyone who feels like they're gifted or not gifted and wants to learn how to facilitate a small group or speak in a public gathering or whatever, if you feel like that's your gifts, and let me write it on your evaluation. Again, the purpose of Grace Women Bible Studies for biblical literacy and community building. So we'll keep that in mind, what you want to put down. I'd love to see you all again in March. I will not be leading it, so it'll have to be one of you or someone else. Okay. All right, let's see what else I have on here. That's it. So what we're going to do today is we're going to finish the epistles. Then we're going to play a game, and I'm going to divide you up. And you're not going to sit at the same table you're sitting at now, so don't get too connected to those people. If you have a bunch of smarty pants at your table, it's everything's going to be mixed up. We're just going to number off. Will somebody sitting in the back, count how many people are here? Shauna, will you count how many people are here for me later and tell me in a minute when I ask you? Huh? Okay. Oh, never mind. I need somebody that can count higher than 10. You can do it? Okay, good. All right. Okay, so let's open our notebooks to page 75. This is going to take no time at all. I'm so excited. We've walked through the entire Bible history. We've done from Genesis to Revelation, hit the mountain peaks. We've only touched the surface on the things that are important, which reminds me, I did have some questions. One of them from last week was, how did Paul travel? Did he travel alone? Did he go by boat? No, he didn't travel alone. He had Barnabas, Silas, John Mark, and Timothy were with him on some of his adventures. But a very good question of how did he get there? Did he go by boat? If you remember back during the silent period when we talked about the Pax Romana and the Roman roads, those are the roads that I said good things came from Roman rule. Those were the roads that Paul used to travel. And he traveled about 12,000 miles over all of his missionary journeys. And then another question, was Jesus 12 years old when he went in the wilderness? No, Jesus was 12 years old when he went to the temple and got lost from his parents. When he went to the wilderness was right after he was baptized, so he's about 30 years old. And then what resource did you use in regard to Paul's death? I had said that Paul was probably beheaded, but it wasn't in the Bible. And where came up with that is that Paul was a Roman citizen, and that was the means of execution for Roman citizens. They didn't torture. It was sort of against the law to torture a Roman citizen when you had to put them to death, so they didn't crucify them or anything like that. But Roman citizens that had to be put to death, they were beheaded. So that's how people think that Paul was beheaded, because it was just how they did it, the means of execution for Roman citizen. And then a hard question, could the events in Israel be found in the book of Revelation? Revelation is all Israel is written all in Revelation. Yes, I don't know where, I don't know how, we don't know. We do know most Christians believe that Jesus is going to return, set up a new kingdom, and the Battle of Armageddon is going to happen in that area in the Middle East. So I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. We're waiting to see what God does. So you can read more about that or ask someone that has more knowledge of prophecy than I do. I have very little. So, okay. All right, now let's look at epistles. Okay, so on page 75, I put this little chart there just to tell you about the epistles, the structure of the New Testament. We already looked at the historical. And then there's the Pauline epistles and the general epistles. Paul and other writers wrote letters to the churches and individuals to encourage them and instruct them. When's the last time you got a letter in the mail? A handwritten letter. Has it been? I get cards from my friend a lot. I kept a letter from my grandmother that she wrote me when I was at camp. I still have it. I have a letter from my dad that's about 6 or 7 sentences long that he sent me something once, and he wrote a little note in there, and I kept that. I have a note that I kept from my friend Donna right before she died of cancer, probably 20 years ago. 20 years ago, I kept that. I have notes from my kids that they've written me. You know, sometimes your teenage children don't say good things to you, but they will write really good things to you. So if they ever do, then you should keep them. Because when they turn 14, you know, someone else possesses their body and they become somebody else. So I kept those. But so the letters, the epistles, are very precious to us because they are letters of encouragement and they are letters of instruction. And if we were going to have a portrait for this, it's written on page 75. The epistles are letters to the churches and to individuals to encourage them and instruct them in their Christian faith. Okay, so turn the page. I got so many notes up here. I put this little timeline. We're not going to talk much about it. It just shows when people that are really timeline-oriented, and Sarah Parsons brought in this incredible timeline for you nerdy people that love things like that. It's on the back table. I mean, it's overwhelming. Look at it. Sarah, you can go back there and explain to everybody when the time is over. Okay, so there's 4 main topics during the epistles. The first one is the nature of the epistles, doctrine, then duty. So the epistles, again, were letters to churches, they were letters to individuals, and in some cases, letters to the Christian public, and they deal specific issues of the day. What's so cool about the epistle is the information is universal and timeless and meant for all time. Usually the first part of the letter is doctrinal truth, and then you follow it up with practical, and that's where they get doctrine and then duty. Principle and then practice. So number 2 is the Pauline epistles, epistles to the churches. There's 13 of the epistles are written by Paul. Somebody asked me why he wrote so many. I don't know. I don't know why he wrote so many, but I'm glad he did because of the things that we can learn from Paul. 9 are letters to local churches and are named accordingly to the church they were written. Flip the page real quick, and I wrote down where it says more info on the epistles. This is the Pauline epistles. 13 of the 22 are written by Paul. 9 are letters to local churches and are named accordingly to the church they are written. And so I wrote a summary, or I didn't write it. I got it from someone else who's smarter than me, and I copied it and put it in this notebook. And it tells you the 13 of the 22 epistles and what they are about. The ones that are written to local churches. And then point 3 is Pauline epistles written to individuals, and that's written on page 77. 4 of Paul's letters are written to individuals, and here's a typo. They're written to individuals and pastors, and they're named not after the author, they're named after who they were written to. So 1st and 2nd Timothy, Titus, and Philemon were written to those people. So scratch that out and put they were written to they were titled after the person they're written to. And then point 4, the general epistles to the Christian public, letters to the Christian public. They are written by various authors. There's 9 of them, and they're usually named after the author. So here they are there. Hebrews. There wasn't anyone named Hebrews. Open your Bible when you get home and you want to look at it and see who you think wrote Hebrews. And then there's James, 1st and 2nd Peter, 1st, 2nd, 3rd John, Jude, and Revelation, who was written by probably John. So that is a Reader's Digest condensed version of all the epistles, but on page 77 you'll have that definition of what the epistles were, who they were written to, and what they were about. So if you want to study Galatians, then you'll know it's written to some of Paul's first converts, and it's about legalism and how not to be legalistic. And Colossians is about Christ is preeminent. He's the greatest. There is no greater. So you can use that as a reference. And that takes us to the very end of our study. That's it. So we have gone from creation to Revelation to Genesis, from Genesis to Revelation, and now just a brief look at our epistles. So, anybody want any more food? Now's a good time to do it. Okay, we have an hour. So one thing I'd like to do is if anybody, I should have said this in the email, if anybody wants to share something that was extremely significant to them, something they learned, like I learned to use the first toilet in the bathroom, that's okay. If there's something significant that you learned that you would just like to share, I'm going to take like 5 minutes, and I'm going to hand you this microphone, and you can, if you feel comfortable doing that, that's great. If not, we can move on from that. So does anybody have anything they want to share? You can come right here, and I'll hand you the microphone. So raise your hand or come forward. Oh, you don't need a microphone? Okay. No, thank you. Listen, all this material, I didn't write all this material. Much of this material came from many books, and I absolutely loved studying it. I learned a lot, other than bathroom stuff. So, anybody want to share? Anybody else want to share anything about what they learned? I want you to write it on your pad. Yes, ma'am. Ann Cedargren, with the grandson Finnegren Cedargren. Go ahead. Should I give? Well, hang on one second, because people that watch this want to hear you. So, because they all have issues with their adult children too.
Yes. My children were raised in my home, Sunday school every Sunday, church every Sunday, and boys and girls clubs, Awana. I don't know if anybody knows what that is down here. I moved here from a couple of years ago, or 4 years ago, from Chicago area. So I have wanted to challenge my kids, because all of them have told me one way or another that they don't believe. They don't think the Bible is history. They don't believe that Jesus was real or that he was a Messiah, if there ever would be a Messiah. They don't even believe any of that. So I have wanted to get further into the Bible so that I had some ammunition with them, or some proof, So I decided I better read that thing from beginning to end because I had never done that. So I started. It took me 1.5 years to do, but I did it, and I go back to all the things that I remember from that time that I was reading. But I wanted to be able to say that I have read it. I have read the Word, and I believe everything that's in it. It breaks my heart that they're rejecting the way that they are, and it's a matter of, I guess, how you interpret or believe things. Whether I had them. They were all baptized. They all gave their heart to Christ when they were little, very little, but I don't know how that ends up. You know what I mean? Are they gonna be in heaven with me, or what? And if they are in heaven with me or not in heaven with me, will I be heartbroken there? I don't think so. There's no sadness there, but the thought of it just motivates me to do what I got to do to make sure they know. And so I was praying that I would be able to understand and figure out what was in the Bible and how things go together and when they happened and how do I know this is true and that type of thing. And then this study came, and I've always done Bible studies, but it was on Timothy, or it was on one of the epistles, and I enjoyed those studies a lot and learned a lot about character and stuff. But the actual Bible and when it happened and who was there and all of that just fell right into my need for that at the time. So I'm very thankful for the work that you put in, Kara, and the time that it took, and also for the social social fun that we have here. So thanks for doing that.
Thank you. And I know many other, I think that's the theme of the day with adult children. The adult children that are doing exactly what Ann's children have done is, Satan's a liar, and he is coming to steal and kill and destroy, and he wants to destroy a generation of believers. And but I think God's doing a great work. Their story's not over. Their story is not over. Your children's story is not over. God's at work. That's awesome. Anybody else? Yes. Here, will you take that back? I know, but it's on the video. It won't record it. Oh, yes.
I just wanted to respond to what you were saying about your children and to say you've done a great job and you put the shield of Christ around them. So don't worry. Don't worry. God's got it.
Anyone else want a microphone? Up here. You can be my microphone.
Linda Creamer. I just wanted to share, one of the things I really enjoyed about this study is that it gave a lot of fill in the blanks, not on paper. I didn't care for those, but fill in the blank with a genuineness of reviewing the Bible cover to cover, because it also made us look at those things, be able to place what we read in the Bible in more of a dimensional, where in the world, what was going on, and then also what is going on in the world right now, how we live as a Christian, and bring those things forth, the stories from past to how they apply functionality and applicable to our lives now. So I thought it was a great study. I geeked out on some of it. So.
I just want to encourage the lady that was Anne. My parents, we had 4 girls, and we were raised in the church and went to every, where we went, the young group was called Eager Beavers. So we went to everything growing up. My parents were Bible school teachers and, deacon of the church, all kinds of things. But all 4 of us girls kind of rebelled, I would say, and we did our own thing and walked far away from Jesus. But the Bible says to train up a child in the way they should go. And all 4 of us in our adult years came back to Jesus, all of us. I remember my dad had a heart attack and was laying in the hospital bed and just looked so pale. My mother had already died from cancer, but we were all in the hospital. I remember telling him, I thanked him for being steadfast. Because of him, all 4 of his daughters were going to heaven. And I believe that's going to happen with you. My dad made it, by the way, and he's fine until much later. But I just want to encourage you, because I really believe if you raise them up, they're going to come back. Deep in their heart, they know. So.
I was just going to say, while you were saying that, I was writing out this scripture for her. And it's always a blessing to have it in front of you and to stand on it, because God's word is true.
I just want to encourage you too, because I have a daughter that's the same way. She was saved at an early life and baptized and went to church until she decided it wasn't for her anymore. Been that way ever since, but you know what? I keep praying, and I know God's at work, and it's His timing. Whatever she has to go through, to come back to Him, she will, because she's been saved, you know? It's not like she never saw Him or understood Him or whatever the Bible said. She was saved, and He's going to make sure she's with Him. So, and thank you, Kara. I've learned so much. Thank you.
Bringing good snacks too. Sharing the last one with me. Anyone else? Hey, will you take that? You take that back. Sorry. You're getting your steps in.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to change the subject a little bit, but I just wanted to tell you that this idea of premising your study on geography was very helpful to me, and it is so appropriate for this era that we live in, and it's just been so very informative and really helps to give a different perspective to me of how to study the Bible, and it's just been grand, and thank you for all the work.
Anybody else? Oh. I like your shirt, your shacket.
Hey, thanks. I'll be shedding it in about an hour. My name's that's right. My name's Becca, and this is a little bit unrelated. Although I believe, like you were talking about, how Bible study is for knowledge and learning, but it's also about connecting. So that's what mine is. Is at our table early on. One of the gals at our table was just sharing some struggles she was going through, and a couple of us were just talking to her and encouraging her, and then somebody else at the table that knew her better reached out to me and told me, "You're not going to believe this," and then she just shared how that was just God ordained, the things that we shared, and encouraged her. And since then, wow, why am I nervous? I'm like shaking. Anyway, I get all excited. Okay, good. So anyways, long story short, she's still going through stuff, but God used us, and it's so cool, the connection. I made a new friend, and it's like we're prayer partners now, and God is, so you can pray for her, but He's doing a miracle in her life, and it's really cool how all that happened here.
And you were a part. That's great. Anybody else? We have time for one more. All right. Oh, Kathleen, I'll throw it to you.
Well, first I want to thank Kara because I've worked my whole life 60 hours a week, and even though I was always involved in Bible studies, they were usually topical Bible studies at night, and so I really never got a chance to read through the Bible completely. And so that was my goal this year, and I'm almost to the end. I got about 70 pages left, but I started in the New Testament, and this has just been so helpful. And for those of you who are at home, try to just read a little bit every day, because it does. I've seen just in the last year so many things that I wish that I would have known 10, 15, 20 years ago, or even 40 years ago, had I been able to read the Bible through myself. But I had all these kids, and I was working, and a lot of times I was supporting the family because my husband was sick. So that's one thing I want to say. And you're not the only one here. Two of my 3 kids are not following the Lord. There's a lot of ladies here who their kids aren't following the Lord. But a lot of times when we get into a big group of Christians, we feel embarrassed and ashamed to say, hey, my kids are not following the Lord. And I prayed over them from when they were in my stomach. And I prayed every single night with my kids. Some kids would spend the night every Friday, and I'd go into the bedroom of each one of my kids and pray with them, because I always let them, if one kid had a friend over to spend it, all 3 kids could have kids over to spend the night on Fridays, and we'd have like movie night and pizza night, you know. And I remember one time going in my son's room and pray. I'd always pray for my child as well as the person spending the night. And as I walked down the hall, this kid said to my son, "Is your mama Walton?" And my son goes, what are you talking about? The Waltons on TV. Is your mama Walton? Does she come in every night and pray with you? My son goes, I don't know what you're talking about, but my mom prays every night for me and who's ever spending the night. Okay? So, but sometimes, no matter what we do, and no matter how much of example, and then the sad thing is when our kids are not walking that close walk. I was just sharing this with Connie, where are you? I was sharing it with Connie today. If your kids aren't walking with the Lord, you blame yourself. There's so much shame associated with that. You go, man, I was a good example. What happened? What happened? How come they're not walking with the Lord? And, you try to talk to them. My kids call me up. They call me up for prayer pretty much constantly because they're making wrong decisions and they're getting into different scrapes. And I always pray with them over the phone. But I'm thinking like, hey, I pray with you over the phone. Please go back to church. Please come back. One of my daughters lives very close to a fabulous church out there in California. And so, it's difficult. And so I guess what I want to ask is for two things. I would love to have a Bible study on how we can be most effective if our kids aren't walking with the Lord. And number two, I want to ask you ladies whose kids are walking with the Lord to be really sensitive to those of us whose kids aren't, because it breaks our heart on a daily basis. Before I go to bed at night, I pray for everybody who asks me for prayer or for people who I know are going through anything. And quite a few of you in here I pray for. And you know what? But most of all, I pray for my own children. And I go, Lord, I don't want to go to heaven and not see the face of my own kids there. In fact, just yesterday, I was driving in the car and I said, Lord, you say that we'll never be ashamed. And I go, I am ashamed that I've tried my hardest to bring my kids to saving knowledge of you, and they're not walking with you. So that's all I wanted to say. And Kara, this has been a life-changing thing for me. Thank you so much.
Prodigal children. One of my friends, Judy Douglas, wrote a book. It's called Prodigal Child, and it's about her prodigal child, and it's so powerful. And her husband was the president of Cru. He was very well known. He has passed away, but they had a prodigal child, and it's a story of how God brought him back. It's pretty cool. Okay, so Shauna, how many people do we have in here? All right, not counting me, what's 51 divided by 6? Somebody. What? Okay. Okay, 8. Okay. So what I want you to do, so if 8, how many did you say, 51? Okay, so I want you to, you're not going to sit at your same table, sorry. I want to count off. I want 6 at a table, so we need to count off 1 through 8. So you know how to count off? Y'all still do that in this generation? Okay, so we're going to number off, or whatever you call it. We'll start over here, and remember your number. And don't move until I tell you where your table is. All right, start right here with Kim. Denise. We'll go over here. No, 4. Were you 3? Okay, so you're 4. Right here. Back at your table. Yes, back there. Anybody? Okay. Doesn't matter to me. Go ahead. Okay, so hope you remembered what number you were. So I want you to go to that table, and we're going to start right here. Watch carefully. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So go to that table and get you a snack on your way, because I got to go get something out of the office that I forgot. Yeah, you don't need to record it. Okay, no notebooks or phones or anything allowed. You can put your notebook on the floor or whatever. Yes, I need you and where's Sage? I was going to call her out. Where's Sage? Hey, Sage, will you help me also? I need a scorekeeper. I need a pen, sorry. Hey, will you grab a pen before you come up here? Just a pen, 2 pens. I need 2 pens because I got one for you, one for me. Okay, that's great. Okay, so in the corner of your dry erase, there's a dry erase board. In the corner, write your number, just small, so the judges can see your number. Like in one, thank you, in one of the corners. Like you're not going to erase that. What we're going to do is I'm going to call out a question. You're going to answer it, and you're going to hold up your dry erase board with the answer, and then whoever gets it right, their team gets a point. So we'll need to know your table number, 1 through 8. Does that make sense? So you don't erase that part. Then you have a little eraser so that you will erase. So there you go. So here are my 2 assistants, Vanna and Vanna. So they are going to help me keep score, and I meant to get a prize, and I forgot. Sorry. So table winners will get a Grace Women's notebook. Yes, but only 5 of them have the stickers on them. But anyway, sorry. I meant it's going to bring candy, but y'all got enough stuff over there to eat. So yeah. Okay. So what I want you to do is you need to talk quietly so the table beside you doesn't steal your answers. So everything that I'm going to ask came from the study. I'm not asking anything, that we didn't talk about. So I have a list, and they're not in any order. So I'm going to start with this one. How many books are in the Old Testament? So anyway, in the Old Testament, you've just got a few seconds. Then somebody, wait, you hold it up when I tell you to. You don't want the other team to see the answer. Don't hold it up yet. How many books are in the Old Testament? Y'all, will y'all help me be timekeepers? Like, I don't want to give them like forever. You know, I don't know. Got 10, 15 seconds. What's a good time? Okay. 5. When I get to 1, everybody hold up their answer. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it up. Okay, how many? Hey, did you change that? No, cheating. Cheating at Bible study is an extra sin. Okay, the answer's 39. There's 39 books in the. Hey, if you got it right, hold it up. Did you write it? Did y'all? No, if you changed it, you do not get it. Did you change yours? Okay. If you honestly got the right answer, hold up your answer so they can keep score. You got it? Okay, here we go. We'll move on to the next one. How many books are in the New Testament? What? Just 1 point? Yeah. Okay, I'm going to give them. I'm counting it down. I'm not going to give them that long. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it up. The answer's 27. Okay. All right. Now we're going to get into some difficult questions. What was the nickname that I was given to my husband? Oh, don't yell it. Write it on. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, everybody got a point. Okay. How many books in the Old Testament are historical? Pick a number, 1 through 20. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Where's y'all's answer? Oh, the answer is 17. Did anybody? Okay. Yay, somebody's ahead finally. Okay. All right, how many are poetical? Poetical. Oh, yeah, here's the answers right here. Yeah, I'll move this. Yeah.
Yeah, we're like,
This is easy. Think of those poetical books. Name them in your head. They're easy to count. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The answer's 5. Whoop. Excellent. Hold it up if you did y'all get all the answers? You got to hold them up long enough for Vanna and Vanna to record your correct answers. If you got them correct, then hold it up. Got it? Okay. Remember, if you get it right, keep holding up your dry erase poem. Ooh, I may have made this test too hard. Okay, who is considered to be the father of faith? Don't mumble it. I mean, even I can hear you up here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Father Abraham. Everybody got it. Awesome. Okay, in what month was Jesus probably born? I don't think y'all understand this game. Yeah. All right, 5, 4, 3. 2, 1. Okay. July. Everyone got it. Excellent. What are the 2 major divisions in the Bible? What are the 2 major divisions in the Bible? This is hilarious. All right, you can abbreviate. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The Old and the New Testament. Yes, awesome. Y'all are so smart. Okay. Here's a hard one. How many of the historical books are secondary? Meaning they are repeat or amplify. How many of the historical books are secondary? Meaning they repeat or amplify the historical books. I'll give you a hint. It's a number between 1 and 100. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 4, 7, 6, 13, 8. The answer is 6. Woo, celebrate! They got one. You're making a comeback, table. The Bible was written over a period of how many years? Oh, gosh. Oh, did I? Oh, yeah. I think I said it in here. I hope I did. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, boom. 300, 700, 400, 1,600 years. Hold it up if you got it right. Hold it up, you Bobs. If you got it right, you got them. Okay. They don't listen. Okay, which book is possibly the first book in the Bible ever written? The first book written. Which book? What's Genesis? What's Exodus? Yes, I covered this in the material. No, I said that. Nope, this is a hard question. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. See, you're smart. It's Job. You all got it. Okay, which body of water is shaped like a hot dog with a bite taken out of the lower third? I mean, that's my definition. Oh, I didn't answer it, but it is. The whole thing is like, and then that's the Dead Sea right there. You're talking about the bottom part? Yes, the body of water. Yes, which body of water? Which body of water is shaped like a hot dog when somebody took a bite out of the lower third? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's the Dead Sea. Hold them up if you got it right. Hold them up. Hold them up if you got it right. If you got it right, hold it up if you want credit. Oh, wait. She erased it. Okay. Here's another geography question. The Tigris and the Euphrates flow into what body of water? You know, you probably know. Okay. Okay. This is awesome. You can see it. You can picture it in your mind, can't you? It's down on the right side. If it's the far eastern part of your map. Huh? I'll tell you in just a minute. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The Persian Gulf. I don't think the Persians would not be too happy with you calling the Persian Gulf the Persian Sea, but I will give you credit for it. All right, here's one you got to know. The geography of the Old Testament is about the size of which U.S. state? True? Somebody said true? Isn't this fun? I love games. Okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeehaw! It's Texas. Texas. It ain't New Jersey. It's Texas. No, well, I mean, you might not be the only person that said. Okay, here's a multiple choice. You got to write down A, B, C, or D. The minor prophets are called minor prophets because, pick one. A, they couldn't make the big leagues. B, they're underage when they were written. C, because they were of lesser importance than the major prophets. Or D, because of the size of the book. Y'all are the least competitive people. I can hear your answers all the way up here. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's D. It's D. Yeah, excellent. Good. I thought that was funny, though. They couldn't make it. Here's one. It's about poetry books. Most of our poems rhyme. I quoted you my poem from kindergarten graduation. The mark of a good Hebrew poem is a poem that does what? Starts with an R. There's 2 different answers you could give. Both start with R. An E. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What does it say? It's either repetition or repeat. So either one of those. Yeah. I like rhetorical, though. That was really good thinking. I like that. Okay, no extra points. No extra credit. Okay, here's a good one. There's 2 main literary techniques used in Hebrew poetry. Name one of them. Literary techniques, and you study these in your high school literature classes. If you got both of them, you don't get extra credit except for our. Oh, she was? Okay. They're probably going to say something like, but those are the only 2 answers. Those are the ones you're taking? Mm-hmm. I mean, they might, that's a part of a figure of speech. You got figures, yeah. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rhetoric again, I like that. That's a type of one of these, but the 2 are a parallelism and a figure of speech. That's a type of figure of speech, correct? But I will give you credit if you put metaphor or simile. What does that say? Metaphor. That's a type of rock. What is that? Yes, metaphor. Yeah, I'll give you credit for it since none of you got it right. Here's a really hard one, but I think you can get it. There are 3 types of poetry. Instructional poetry, dramatic poetry, and what's the third? And I'll give you a hint. Psalms is one of these types of poetry. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lyrical. Woo! Okay, we're cooking now. Okay, here's a good one. What type of poetry is set to music? Which book of the Bible? No, what type of poetry is set to music? Instructional, dramatic, or lyrical? Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You shouldn't even have to erase it. It's lyrical. Excellent. I think we're back to back. Okay. Which book of the Bible was the Jewish hymn book? They sang it unto thee, O Lord. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It was Psalms. Yay. Okay. There's 2 books of dramatic poetry. Name one of them. 2 books of dramatic poetry. Name one of them. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Job and Song of Solomon. Excellent. Okay, okay, you got them? You got them, girls? Okay, here's a difficult one. Who remembers the name of the song that my mother sang by Peggy Lee that was so sad? Here it is. That's a tough one. This is a tiebreaker kind of question. There's the answer right there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Striptease. What'd y'all get? Is that it? No. I feel like dancing? No. I'm sorry. Yes, that's it. Is that all there is? Striptease was not the song, you bad table back there. What'd they say? They did that? Yeah. Who created God? Who created God? That's the question. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. No one. He's eternal. He always has been. No one created God. Excellent. He was there. We are created in the image of God in 3 ways. Name one of them. Look at this next one. The answer is no. And this one, look at this one. Okay, this is a kind. Oh, have we answered this? Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What does that say back there? No, intellect. Intellect. We are created in His image in intellect, emotion, and will. Sorry, you all failed miserably. I did learn when I was in school that if somebody misses all the questions, that means the teacher did not teach it very well. So that's my. Okay, here's a good one. Is my hair natural or dyed? Somebody asked me this on a note card. Go ahead, take a guess. You could put 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's natural. Yes, anyway, that's funny. Okay, here's another real, everybody got that, I think. Go Kara, that's right, yeah. Thank you, my mama. Okay, next question, very difficult. How many animals did Moses have on the ark? Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Trick question. Oh, I thought y'all would fall for it. It was Noah, not Moses. Who was Abraham's grandson? Father Abraham had many sons. Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The answer is Jacob. Excellent. How many tribes were in the northern kingdom? How many tribes were in the northern kingdom? What? Oh, yes, you could. No, yes, Jacob is the answer we wanted, but Esau was also a very important, hairy man. Yes. How many tribes in the northern kingdom? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The answer is 10. How many tribes were in the southern kingdom? Y'all getting tired? Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There's 2. Next question. Name the 2 tribes in the southern kingdom. Name the 2 tribes in the southern kingdom. I didn't write that down, but okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Judah and Benjamin. You got to get the whole question. How many years were the Hebrews in slavery in Egypt? How many years? A number between 1 and 1,000. Okay. You're taking it, yeah. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Waiting for 400. Woo! You learned something. Okay. What's the name of my theme park that I want to open? Okay. Can you add them up and just, okay. Cara World? Is that it? No. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Old Testament world or land. That's fine. Old Testament land or Old Testament world. There you go. Okay. Here's a hard one. Who conquered the northern kingdom? I only said it like 700 times. But who conquered the northern kingdom? I'm going to do this one next. I don't remember. What year was it? Do you remember? Okay. You had to learn that in your Old Testament. Oh, like every class. I know. Earl just spouts it. Yeah. Okay, who was it? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It was the Assyrians. Hey, just leave that. Oh, Sarah. Okay, so what about the southern kingdom? Who captured the southern kingdom? Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. It was Babylonia. Excellent. Wonderful. Baby. That's close enough. Baby. I know. I don't count off for misspelling. Okay. Who captured the Babylonians? Some of you are thinking, I didn't listen very well in this class. Who captured the Babylonians? 5, 4. That's wrong. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It was the Persians. And then the last, who captured the Persians? The Greeks. 80 pies? Oh, yeah. Pie, 80 pie, like 'em, love 'em, 80 pie. Okay, who captured the Persians? Raise it. It was the Greeks. Table 5, somebody there is a Bible scholar. Bob Slatter. It's Georgita. I'm sure it's you two. I forgot to mention whoever wins this has to teach the next Bible study. Okay, what phrase means, and I already said this today, what phrase means the peace of Rome? What phrase means the peace of Rome? I just sort of, didn't I say it? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I said it. Peace of Rome. Peace, P-E-A-C-E, not P-I-E-C-E. Raise your boards, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The Pax Romano. Yes, I did say it. I said it when I said the Roman roads. Yes. If you got it right, raise your thing. Okay. Who prophesied that 483 years after the decree to rebuild Jerusalem, the Messiah would come? Which prophet prophesied that? 483 years, and it happened. 483 years after the decree to build Jerusalem. Think of, oh yeah, did I say it last night? Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It was Daniel. Who was the first king? Who was the first king? Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. It was Saul. Who was the last judge? Who was the last judge? The last judge. Y'all are so much knowledge. It's not Judge Judy. No, it was not Judge Judy. Huh? Judge Johnny, yes, and that walks the. Okay, who was it? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Samuel. Okay, just a few. Let's see. Are we done? Is there a clear winner? Okay. Okay, how many points between second? Let me find a tiebreaker question. Do we need? They're adding up. They're tallying the scores. There's a clear winner. Yes. And some clear losers. No, just kidding. What? Well, let's see. I don't have any really good. Okay. I'll give you a bonus question just because I have so many more good questions. I don't know which to pick from. No. During the return period, who was responsible for doing the spiritual rebuilding of the Jews? It was a person. Who did the spiritual rebuilding of the Jews, taught them how to be Jews again? Okay, who was it? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It was Ezra. Wasn't that fun? Okay, so our winners are, name the winners, Sage.
Oh, in third place with 22 points is table 2.
Woo!
And second place with 29 points is table 1.
Yay! You came in second.
Yeah, and our winners are table 5 with 35 points.
Wow. I told y'all Georgina was a Bible scholar. I should have pulled her. I should have yanked her out of there. Yes, ma'am. How many questions did I have? Oh, I don't know. I had 53 questions written down, but I didn't ask all of them. I could count. Yes. Did y'all miss any? Which one did you miss? Shame. Oh, yeah. This table. Yes. Yeah. Which one was it? Do you remember? So table 3 is saying at one question they're the only ones that got it right. So applaud for them because I think they need it. Okay. Okay, I will send you this document. I'll just attach it to the next email. Yes. I didn't ask about 10 of the questions. So table, what is it, 5? I've got 4 of these books, and then I've got 2 Grace Women notebooks. Y'all can fight over them. So come get. It's in His image. It's the study we've done. Oh, yeah, thank you. Oh, you cheated? Wait, before you give them their prize, they cheated. Hey, listen. This is what I have to say about that. I have something very important to say about that. The next time we play a game, I want y'all on my team. I love a good game. Okay, so we are done at 2 minutes till. I had so much fun. Y'all are great. Oh, we got to get a picture. Got to get a picture. Okay, so how could everybody come up here somehow? And do you think we should change the lighting so it's... I was messing with the lights. There's one that shines directly. Okay, make haste and get up here. Hey, y'all, fill out your valuations, please. Yes, I want you to. Yeah, no, I need those for the church needs them. Just leave them on the table. You don't have to put your name on them if you don't want to. If you got something really ugly to say, then don't put your name on them. Take your dishes with you. If you want to leave your food for tonight, you can, but take your dishes with you because I'm not responsible for them. I'm sorry about the evaluations I meant to tell you earlier.